The controversial UPDF bill that is currently being debated upon in Parliament has already claimed its first victim. Before this bill becomes law, it has already claimed its first victim. Now, I have seen some political commentators, or may I say, regime apologists of the national resistance movement, state in defense of Mohoozi Kaneirugaba that those are only tweets. You know, when he goes on a rant on Twitter, on X, yeah, we will always call this platform Twitter, unfortunately, but yes, current platform X threatens individuals of the opposition by stating that he will behead Colonel Dr. Kizza Besigye, that he will unalive Bobi Wine, aka the People's President, Kyagulanyi Ssentamu, and that he will also continue to detain and torture anybody that dares to don those colors of the National Unity Platform. They remain silent when he follows through with these threats. They continuously defend this. In fact, even the Speaker of Parliament, in response to the leader of opposition, Joel Senyonyi, when he took the floor for a moment of procedure, raising concerns about Mohoozi's behavior on social media, she said, but you cannot really take anything that is posted on social media seriously. But this man has followed through with these threats. Noah Mutwe is the latest. This is the first victim of the controversial bill of the UPDF. This bill is targeting specifically individuals of the National Unity Platform. This is the most influential opposition outfit that the country has under the leadership of Kyagulanyi Ssentamu, aka Bobi Wine. And it is because of how they approach every challenge. I mean, they have unified so many young people across the board, specifically in the ghettos of almost every region of the country, showing their affection, showing their determination amidst every threat that is posed against their lives, simply for possessing a divergent view, simply for having a different political opinion, simply for demanding rule of law, justice, simply for demanding that enough is enough and there should be a change in the leadership of the country. They insist that this is not a monarchy. They insist that Uganda is not a property of just the first family, Museveni and his cronies. And it's because of this, yes, their lives are under threat. They have just arrested and detained violently Noah Mutwe. A while ago, they abducted violently Eddie Mutwe, who is also who was the head of security for Kyagulanyi Ssentamu, aka Bobi Wine. Noah Mutwe also is one of the security personnel of the Kyagulanyi Ssentamu, and he has been violently abducted. The reason why I'm saying that this is the first victim of this bill is because he had just shared this video. I will translate the video since it is in Uganda, and it has been shared on X after public outcry of his whereabouts. So here it is.
Mwana wa mama, twesibe bbiri. Wano wetulaga, twesibe bbiri. Kino ekijja tekigenda kubaako nti munnabyabufuzi, oba nti nze ndi mu politics, oba nti nze ndi mu kibiina kya NUP, oba nti nze ndi wa DP, ndi wa FDC, oba nti nze ndi mu...
He starts by saying that whatever is on the horizon, this which is coming in form of this bill, it is not going to discriminate anybody. The impact of this bill is going to be felt across the board. You could say that you're not involved in politics. that you could care less about the politics of the country. In fact, you do not even vote. You don't have any business involving yourself in a game that is too dangerous for your understanding. Yes. And you could also be an apologist of the national resistance movement. This is not a time for you to think that this particular move by the government, in which they are going to create what he describes as the mighty general court martial. The UPDF Amendment Bill is not something that we can just brush off, just like we have done when it came to extending or removing presidential term limits, just like we did when we witnessed the continuous abuse of power, when we witnessed the armed forces attack members of parliament in an desperate effort of passing the bill that removes the age limit. A bill that made it possible for a life presidency that is upon us right now. And in sharing this video, like I said, he recorded it in Uganda. He went ahead and stated that this is not a time for us to look the other way. That is really the gist of the video. If you want to watch a lot more of this, you can, the hashtag is very clear there, in which it is of course saying free all political prisoners via X, but Noah Mutwe also has a TikTok. Most of his videos are in Uganda. I will do my best in watching as many as I can so that I can possibly, if you're interested in that, please put it in the comment. If you want me to translate most of the Ugandans waking up, there are so many Ugandans that have woken up. They share most of their content on TikTok, and I was of the thought that maybe I should start translating these videos, because you see what is happening. Many elites, most of the elites, look the other way, and they are stating that these people, because they don't speak English, they are not educated enough and lack critical thinking, so there is no way they should be taken seriously. And their opinion of Kyagulanyi Ssentamu becoming the next president of Uganda does not matter, simply because they cannot mostly articulate themselves in English. And I think that this is very, very unfair. So if you want me to share these videos and translate them for you guys, please share in the comment section and let me know. This channel is here. It exists to highlight the awakening of Ugandans, many that are taking risks upon their lives so that they can stand for justice, so that they can help the entire nation to free themselves from the tyranny of Yoweri Kaguta Museveni, a man that has failed to stand on his word, a man that has gone back on his promises, in which he stated that no way will laws be created to only benefit the minority. And what we are experiencing right now is that this is the opposite of what he promised. This particular law is obviously going to only benefit his family, because the plan, as it is in the open, is for him and his son, is for his son to specifically become the next president of Uganda, something that Ugandans should resist at every cost. And unfortunately, yes, we are feeling the wrath of what comes along with standing up against the dictatorship. So what do you think? This particular law, if you have not watched my previous video in which I said that Uganda has always been a military state, they're just really underlining this, which has always been in the open. Uganda has always been a military state that plays to the audience. And by this, I mean it plays to the Western audience that demands democracy, that requires countries to follow the path of democracy if they are to be international partners. It comes at a cost, because tyrannical leaders only play to the theater, only play to their audience to tick off boxes while brutalizing their people. The elections are never free and fair. And for me, I feel like it would have been better for, you come into power and say, you're going to rule us forever, instead of unaliving innocent people. as long as you implement all the developmental goals that are required for the nation. Unfortunately, it is not the case for us Ugandans. By playing to the audience, to the gallery in which you're getting so much of your support from your international partners, while at the same time making it impossible for young people to ever fulfill their potential, I feel that that is not democracy at all. We have always been a military state, and we just are now making it very clear through this bill of the UPDF amendment. Yeah, let me know what you think about this video. And I think in the next video, I'm going to address why this bill is targeting the National Unity Platform and why every one of us should be concerned about this outcome of events, because the government is showing every signs that there is nothing that is going to stop us, that is going to stop it from implementing this bill. In the meantime, another young man, Noah Mutwe, very intelligent, has been abducted. For those of you who do not know, he joins many others that are also members of Bobi Wine's security team. He joins Gaddafi, General Gaddafi. Yeah, Gaddafi calls himself another security man, Akileo, as well as Eddie Mutwe, who was recently abducted and kept in the basement of Mohoozi Kaneirugaba Gaba himself, the first son of Uganda. That's what it is. Yeah, if you like this content, if you like this video, you will also like this one. Let me know what you think at the moment. This is the Uganda Awakening. Let me know what you think. What kind of grandfather treats his grandchildren the way Yoweri Kaguta Museveni does with his? I am not your grandchild. I'm not your Muzukuru, Mr. Museveni. And I'm pretty sure many Ugandans will also like to say the same. Yeah, most Ugandans, I think, would like to say the same. We are not your Bazukuru. We are Ugandans. And Ugandans who are all more than ready to take upon the affairs of their country long after even you're gone. And it is not upon you to impose your son on us. This is not a personal property. This is not a personal estate. This is a country with a variety of people in diversity, cultural diversity, but united under one flag. So for you to prioritize your flag, the National Resistance Movement flag, over the national interests of Ugandans, we cannot stand and look back. It's good that Ugandans are waking up, but it's also sad that they have to pay such a high price just to wake up and take responsibility for the sake of the next generation. I sign out.